ways to change it so it looked a little better and it ran a little better and all those things in between the first episode and this one. And just wasn't quite doing what I wanted it to do. So as I was digging into it, I found that they've already released All of Fabric 5, which runs on Minecraft 1.18.2 instead of Minecraft 1.16.2. And so, since that has some of the newer things in Minecraft that I've never played with, that I thought would be fun to try out, I decided to do upgrade before we even got started. So, here we are with All Fabric 5. I'm going to get set into creating a new world, and we'll jump right into it. These are the settings we're going to be using for our new world. I'm just going to Ender's All of Fabric 5 Let's Play. We're going to play on hard. And as far as the seed, I am going to use AOF 5LP in case you want to follow along with the same seed. There you have it. We're not going to change any of the other settings. It's going to be a default world. Everything else is set the way it is when you start it. So I'll generate the world and then we'll come back. That takes a few minutes, so we don't need to do that on camera, I don't think. But once I finish that, we'll take our first steps into the world together and get started. All right, our world has been made. First thing that you'll probably notice that's different from All of Fabric 3 is that in All of Fabric 5, I have set up iris shaders. And we're gonna try it out. We'll see how well it works. I've never done a shaded series with, or I should say, a shaded playthrough in a modded pack. So if performance becomes an issue, then we'll switch back to the regular. We may switch back and forth as things go, just for different reasons too. But I wanted to try it out with something new, something different. So we are going to start off the same way we always do. I'm going to cut down some. We're going to punch wood, get logs, make tools. So I haven't looked at the quest book yet to see if it's different in All of Fabric 5. It does say it has thousands of quests, so we'll see what they've changed for this one. Do we still have vein mining? We do. It looks like we have it through Ultimine, which is pretty cool. I like Ultimine as far as vein mining goes. So that is pretty good too. Let's take a look at our quest book. So looks pretty similar. We still have things broken up into logistics and utilities. We didn't have the categories before, but we had the same things. And then it's guided quest line to get us through it. So we're going to go through the getting started one right here, right now. Get started. So a whole new world. This chapter introduces you to the basics of the pack. All of Fabric 5 offers the following: challenges, learning mods, adventuring, and becoming a chef. Sounds great to me. That gave us a baby backpack. Awesome. Oh, yeah, nice. We have this advancement mod in. I've played with that a little bit. Will be a lot of fun. So let's start off with excavate. Excavate is by default bound to the keybind grave. So yeah, that's what we did when we were excavating the tree. So that's good. No rewards for that. This is standard traveler's backpack, so don't be a tourist, be a traveler. A traveler's backpack can provide 45 inventory slots and 2 fluid tanks. I've seen this backpack mod in other packs, but I have not used it before. So let's add that to our list of things to do. Interesting. So that means we're going to have to get all of these things in order to make it. So if you're new to modded Minecraft and you don't know, in the inventory, when you hover over an item, if you want to add it to your bookmarked items, you just hit A. And so basically I made a bookmark that we're going to try to make a standard traveler's backpack, but that means we need to make a backpack tank and collect leather, gold, sleeping bag, and actually we can just use a regular chest. So let's remove the trap chest from our list. And then to make the backpack tanks, we need to collect glass and iron. So that's our checklist of things to do for this. And that is something I definitely want to get started on sooner rather than later. But let's see what else we have on here. crafting on the go. So this is going to show us that we have the ability to make the crafting table on a stick. That's something we'll definitely make. So mods are split into 4 categories: technology, magic, utilities, and logistics. And we saw that over here, which is cool. That means we can focus on just a small section of each one as we go. So that's good. And then we have where to settle down. Don't feel like running thousands of blocks to that favorite biome of yours? The Nature's Compass saves your day. So this is an item that will allow us to find a specific biome. And then finally, we have the recipe wizardry. A recipe is a story that ends with a good meal. So how to use an item. This is just showing you how to use the things. So in REI, you use U to find the use for an item. You use R to find the recipe for an item. So it's just teaching us basically how REI works. So that's in here, any item you want. If you want to see the recipe for it, you just hit R while you're hovering over it. And if you want to see what recipes that item is used in, you hit U. So let's say oak wood. It shows you can turn it into planks and you can use it in crafting other items and stuff. All the basics. So we will get started with doing some of the more advanced stuff now that we've gotten through the basics. So we can either use the quest book here to open quests. We can click on the quest book up here, or let's see if we have a keybind set for the quests. Keybinds. There's not one set yet, so we're going to set that to numpad 9. And then that means we can just pop open the quest book anytime we want. Okay. I think that these are all going to be ones just to guide us through other things. We'll get into the quest book in a little bit later, but I want to get started with just collecting some basic resources and finding an area where we want to start out. It looks like this is going to be a pretty nice area. It looks like it's going to be a flat, wooded area, which is kind of what I want. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to explore, I'm going to collect some wood and some other items, and then we will come back once I have a spot for us to start our area for it. So I'll be back in just a little bit. I have put a good deal of work into our little starter base here, and I thought I'd show it off to you. I know it's a lot of oak, and that will change, but it's all I have at the moment. But I wanted to do something that was a little more like a big structure, not like a house. And so I started off with our storage room. So we have some chests over here that I'm sorting out. I have dirt and other soft materials, stone and other soft materials, so forth. And I'm labeling them by putting what's in them underneath. I'm just doing single chests because in our quest book, the first quest we're going to be working on in storage are to get the larger chests using upgrades. So we'll upgrade these chests in their place to hold a lot more, and that'll be our first basic storage that we use. I also have I just have a bed just in here. I haven't made a room for it yet because I'm going to build an actual house for that probably. And a crafting table in the corner, but basically what I have done is just built the interior of this. I have not finished the outside yet. I'm going to wait for those mobs to die in the daylight. Lots of zombies. I wonder if I have lots of villagers get killed in the night, which would be fine. Whatever. So yeah, this structure, I have not built the outside of it yet. I figured I'd wait until I have a little more resources to do that. But I made it so that the path from the village comes up here and connects to this door. This area is kind of divided into quarters, so I'll have storage over there. I'll probably put a place for food in one of the corners, some other things like that. I did add the sandwichables mod into the pack because it wasn't in All of Fabric 3, it's not in All of Fabric 5, and I really was looking forward to playing with it. So I haven't built anything with it yet. That's going to be one of the focuses of our next episode. but it is there. We will get into it for sure. The next thing I built in here is I made a path over here, and I wanted to do some kind of like grand stairwell down, because in Minecraft 1.18 we have the extended world that goes much deeper and much higher, and so I wanted to have like a grand stairwell that we could spiral down into the depths. So I started digging it out just to lay out the design. Obviously it's built out of cobblestone and oak at the moment. I'll change that out as I get more materials. I just kind of dug out the first couple layers just so I could see how I wanted to lay it out. And now I'm going to start digging down a ladder to get more resources in the depths, find a cave. We also have the cave that is off over to the right of our main area here that we'll probably explore to get some resources too over there. But that's like our basic layout for our storage room. And we're going to extend from there, work into the village. I also set up some trees down here to farm, so I keep getting more wood. I'm going to come down even farther and on the waterfront here build some basic crops just to get things like wheat growing and everything, because I'm going to want to breed these cows and the sheep to get materials for our storage needs in the next episode. But all of that I'm probably going to work on in between episodes and go from there. I'd like to be able to move right into doing the quest pack during the next episode and really get into it. The goal is to finish off at least the start of all 4 of these lines in the basic storage. Obviously, I'm probably not going to get to things like the ultimate backpack, which use things like endstone and dragon heads, and the high levels in the dank mod, which use nether stars. Probably not going to get that in episode number 2, but I'm going to at least get them started, and then all of these things are designed so that you can upgrade from one to the next to have more storage. So I'm going to get started doing a little bit of mining before we end the episode, and then I will come back and we'll do a little bit of upgrades to our storage so we have some stuff to start with, and we'll go from there. So I'll be back in a few minutes. So I did something you're not supposed to do in Minecraft. So I did something you're not supposed to do in Minecraft ever. And that's kind of digging straight down. Normally doesn't cause any problems, but caused me some problems. I am almost back to getting my stuff back, but I thought I should show you, because I'm probably going to die a few more times in the process. I thought it would be fun to watch. But I've already died about 4 times down here because there's a whole mess of creepers down here. But basically I was digging down, and I was digging down too wide so that I was never standing on a low block kind of thing, as you do. And I hit a gravel patch, and normally in regular Minecraft, at least the Minecraft I've played, there's not huge patches of gravel with nothing underneath them. Apparently here there is. I don't know if that's a 1.18 cave thing or if that's a modded thing, but I hit a patch of gravel that all fell down in, and I fell into a cave full of mobs. So what I'm going to do is get some blocks placed down here so that I can work my way down. Let's see. I have my graves down in there. I was almost down to get everything back, and then a creeper snuck up on me and killed me one more time. But if I can get to the graves and get the stuff I have in them, I have torches, I have ladders, I can get out of here, and I will be in much better shape. So let me get a block placed down like that. Okay, so you need to go a little lower to get to any of them. By the way, I do have the brightness in the game turned up as high as I can. I hope it's not too dark on YouTube. We will see when I watch this back. May have to make some more changes to it. I think what I'm going to have to do is, let's put a lock there. We'll path over here to the side. Okay, so now we can get down to our graves. Fortunately, we can just shift, right click on the graves, pick everything up. Make things nice. There's some of my ladders. More. There we go. There's my main hall. Okay, let's get back up to the top, and then I'll come back down and I'll drop this stuff off, come down and get some more. I'm hoping that I can do that without a creeper blowing me up and losing all this stuff. Not that it's anything too fancy, but I don't mind dying. I do mind losing stuff. So let's build this ladder back up. So I was basically just building a ladder down to get to into the deep slate area so I can get to iron and all that good stuff, to collect some starter stuff to get some of the mods working. Didn't turn out too bad. You know, I died a bunch of times, but dying is what you do. So I'm going to go back up. I'm going to drop off all these resources. I'll go get the rest of them, and then I'll do a little more mining, and we'll come back. So I managed to get all my stuff back, but you can see there are quite a bit of creepy things down here. I don't know if skeletons just have different mods, or not mods, textures, or if that's different, even more terrifying skeleton, but I don't know if I want to find out yet. And there's several different types of creepers that blew me up. I definitely will be having some fun exploring caves, but I want to go back up and at least get some basic armor before I do that. So for now, it's goodbye to the cave world. I did want to say, I think I forgot to mention it when I was showing the stairwell. One of the main reasons I'm doing like this big giant stairwell down instead of just having like a utilitarian mining system is that I don't plan on doing a lot of mining in the overworld. This pack has several different dimensions in, one of which is a mining dimension, which I can show you in just a moment when I get up to the top of this ladder. Let me see where it would be in here. Yard, space travels. We have space, by the way. That's Twilight Forest. That's Waystones. Anyway, I'll just look it up in the thing. Can't remember the name of it, so I'm just going to try to find it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. We'll find it later on when I show it to you when I build it. But there are ways to get to a dimension that is specifically for mining. And that's where I'm going to go and set up a mine and a quarry and all the good things. So I don't really want to set up like a mine shaft here in the overworld. I want to dig down this stairwell so that I can get resources to start with. But mostly this is going to be to have this epic looking thing going down into the deep parts of the world. And I'm going to try to make it look as cool as I can. And then connect it into the deep, the deep dark biomes and all that stuff. So that's why I'm digging it out like a giant stairwell instead of just doing something to get down to get the resources. But that being said, I managed to grab a little bit of iron while I was in there. I had some from before. I have some other metals, some coal. I'm going to get set up with furnace, and I'm going to make some armor and some better tools. And we'll work our way down, and we'll collect some resources between this episode and the next. And then when we come back in the next episode, we will get started doing the sandwiches. Is one thing I want to start working on, see what we need to do for that. And we're also going to work on storage, so we have things like backpacks and bigger storage. We'll probably try out the Traveler's Backpack if I can get all the things I need to do that. Gold is probably the last thing I'll need. I'll have to get iron so I can mine that. I'll have to set up a leather farm. Just various things like that. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into the storage chapter in the quest book, and we're going to get into the sandwich mods in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed watching so far. Leave me some feedback if there's some things you want to see or things you thought that you really liked about the mod or things you didn't like. But we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.